questions we wrestle with as Christians about who God is, how do we live out our faith, what is the Bible, what is the truth of the Bible, what are we supposed to believe, how are we supposed to live. There are really big, deep questions that we ask each other, that we ask God, that we wrestle with ourselves. And that's why the Cultivate podcast exists, to help us go deeper in our understanding of who God is, His Word, and the way that He's called us to live. Hey everyone, welcome to the Cultivate podcast with the Grove Church. I'm Charlie Lofton, the lead pastor there, and we are here with the one and only. No comparisons, no equals.
Whoa.
Abigail Boone, podcast producer, DJ.
Yes.
Creative director. 80% right on most of her pop culture takes. And the 20 but when she goes wrong, she's real wrong.
Okay.
She likes fancy art movies too much.
Well, they're interesting.
Yeah.
Someone made it. I have to see it.
You can talk me into going to see any movie if you wanted to go see it, where it's like, hey, we should go see this movie. Like, I don't ask what the movie is. If you want to go see I will go see a movie. But I'm not going to choose on my own to go see a movie whose goal is to make me a better person.
Okay.
There's enough of my life dedicated to being a better person.
Do you like documentaries?
Oh, goodness, no.
Okay.
I'm not trying to learn.
Okay.
I'm not trying to become a better person. And I'm not trying to experience man, dude, it's real. It's real. I don't want real. I want fake. I don't want to learn. I want to laugh.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to become a better person. I'm trying to be entertained.
Okay.
But if you take me to one of those movies that is all three, I will gladly go with. I will gladly go with you. No, I won't hate it. It's not what I would choose to do.
Okay.
If you said, "Hey, let's go to a NASCAR race," I would find a way to enjoy it. But I'm not going to choose to do that.
You know, I was watching Cars 2 recently, and there was a race where they had like F1 cars mixed in with Lightning McQueen, but they were racing on like an F1 track. I was like, that's weird. Did no one catch this?
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I did not ever see Cars 2, so I don't know.
It was playing in the background, so I didn't actually. I only saw the very last race of the movie, so I don't know anything else about it. There's
a few franchises that ended for me
after the first one.
Yeah. I did see Matrix 2 and 3, but really it ended for me with Matrix 1. And I think, honestly, all due respect, I think Toy Story ended with me with 4. And it should have ended at 3. I don't know if I will ever see 5.
Yeah, no, I was thinking you were going to say 2.
No, 3. It was 3 kind of brought it to a really good conclusion. Then they were like, the creators were like, you know what's really good? Money.
Yeah, then they just get money hungry. Did you know, this is my fun fact, you may already know this, but Tom Hanks was recording a lot for Forrest Gump, so he couldn't make it to record there's a snake in my boot for all the dolls and stuff, and so his brother did a lot of it.
Now his brother does all of that.
Really?
And if it's a video game, if it's a toy, all of that is Tom Hanks' brother.
That's so funny.
The only Woody voice that is genuinely Tom Hanks is the movie. Everything else is Tom Hanks' brother, which is great.
Also miss Pixar bloopers. You remember that?
Oh, yeah,
I made a post about that the other day.
So good. So good.
Huh. Oh, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Icon.
All right, so we ended off, we were in Matthew chapter 21. We kind of had these back-to-back parables talking to the Pharisees about that they have as of this moment have missed the boat. And the sinners, the tax collectors, the prostitutes, they're getting into the kingdom before you, but you still have a moment. But then kind of switches then to a big picture of kind of like, here's kind of the history of what has happened with people like you. You rejected and killed and tortured the prophets. You've been doing that for generations. And then finally God sends his son and you've done the same thing to him. And listen to this. Because of that, the stewardship of being God's people has been taken from you. And again, it had a big ultimatum feel to it, but you were right in saying that there is still like hope for the individual, even though it is kind of set in stone what is about to happen. And, we are a few days out from Good Friday here.
In this
No, where we were before, right? We were
okay.
at most 4 days
Mm-hmm.
away from that.
So he's telling parables post resurrection.
fast forwarding a little bit. What's that?
He's telling parables post resurrection.
No. Good Friday we're 4 days before.
Okay.
4 days before. Now we're getting probably a little closer, maybe a couple of days here. And now we are in a section in Matthew chapter 25. Again, Jesus has not been arrested yet, but we are on the cusp of the let's see how many days we are. Yeah, we are probably 1 or 2 days away from Maundy Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say it's Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. My sister-in-law
we are now
called it Thursday,
in one
Monday
of
the other day. My sister-in-law called it Thursday, Monday the other day, and I was like, amateur.
Or Monday, Thursday.
She did. When she corrected it, she just said it like Monday, Thursday.
Monday, Thursday.
And I was like, no, it's Monday, Thursday.
Monday, Thursday.
Why? I don't know why it is that way, but you're saying it wrong.
Monday. It's different vowels, different word. Anyways, and so Jesus kind of moved into kind of what I will just say a more apocalyptic prophecy, end times kind of thing. And so it's like, here's what is going to happen at the end. So we've moved from this thing that is happening in the kingdom now and what it means to be a part of the kingdom and how important it is to be a part of the kingdom to really just kind of more talking about how's the world going to end. Okay. So in Matthew chapter 24,
is it how the world's going to end or how you're going to end? How the world's going to end or you're going to end?
A lot of world going to end and kind of what's going to happen. The temple is going to be destroyed and this there's just going to be a lot of bad things talking about the Antichrist. I mean, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light, and then will appear in the sign. Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then all the peoples of the earth will mourn when they. I mean, there's just But about that day or hour, no one knows. I mean, so he's talking about end times.
Okay.
And now we're going to switch from kind of that generalized end times talk to what you just said, which is
my end.
here's kind of what you need to be thinking. Yeah. If all of what I said is true, if I'm going to die, come back to life, and then something's going to happen, and then in the end I'm coming back and it's going to be huge. What do you need to be about in the interim?
Yeah.
So Jesus has in the time frame of what he's talking about, right? I've gone, I've left, now you have the stewardship. When I come back, this is what I expect to find. Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps but did not take any oil with them. The wise ones, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "they may not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the doors were shut. Later, the others also came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I don't know you. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour."
Okay, before we get too deep in this, I have some cultural questions.
Okay.
So there would be a lot of brides for one bridegroom? Is that the picture? Or is it just like there's a lot of grooms coming and there's a lot of brides that can go find them?
Right. It is a very weird story, but none of the virgins are the bride. Bride is not mentioned. I think that the best equivalent for us would be bridal party.
Oh.
Then the wedding starts when the groom gets there. Okay. And maybe he has been delayed. Okay, well, now it's time for the party to start. The bridegroom has finally made it, And so now all the wedding attendants are like, okay, well let's join up with him so now we can go to the party. So the idea here is that the party probably should have started somewhere around 6. But something happened, right? I mean, I would imagine that, especially if you're coming from another town, that timeliness would be a real struggle in a first century world, right? And so it would not be unusual for someone to be late. It would not be unusual for someone to be several hours late.
That would be crazy, but okay.
And so we're waiting up for him. And so we're still waiting for.
So the bride is not a part of this story.
The bride is not a part of the story.
That's so interesting.
The way that I believe that this story is constructed is he's gathering the wedding party then to go to where the bride is.
And that won't happen until the bridegroom is also there.
Right. The bridegroom has to arrive, and gather the wedding party, go to where the bride is, and the day of celebration and the wedding and all the things, all the stuff can now begin.
Man.
And it begins as soon as he gets into town.
This story is totally different now in my mind.
Yeah.
I thought these were like Cinderella. Like all these people were they had to make it there for the single bachelor that.
The most dramatic rose ceremony ever.
Seriously.
The bridegroom rejects 5 virgins.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Don't have enough oil for their lamp.
That's what it sounded like. Okay, so the bridesmaids were eager, and they're they're excited. 100%. So the bridesmaids were trying to make it on time.
He keeps delaying. And a few things happen that you need to kind of take note of. They all believed that the bridegroom was coming.
Yes.
They all had made at least some sort of preparation.
Yes.
They all fell asleep waiting for him.
Yeah.
But then when he did finally come, they were ready.
Yeah. To whatever degree.
But then 5 of them were not ready.
Yeah.
5 of them were ready. 5 of them had not adequately prepared for the realistic scenario of he is going to be delayed. And so, as far as what determines whether or not one makes it all the way to the party, everyone who believes he's coming back makes it to the party. People who fall asleep can't make it to the party.
They all slept.
They all fell asleep. They all believed. They all fell asleep. But there was a group, half of them were prepared.
So in my mind, there's like a really far off party venue. And they're like, it's going to take us X amount of time to get there. So let's run half of the way now. They get tired. They fall asleep in the field. And then they wake up the next day and they have to run the rest of the way, or the middle of the night, whatever. That's the picture that's in my mind. That they all went out, but then fell asleep somewhere on the journey, and then woke up and kept going.
Well, the idea, I don't need to say if they're all together or, probably a lot of them were. It's like they were in close enough proximity to each other. It's like,
hey, give me some of your oil.
I don't know that I will then have enough. Which then is just kind of there's parts of the thing that just kind of get culturally really confusing and distant for me, because it's like, well, he's here now and I've got, I've got the oil that I have, or like, okay, you're holding your lamp. I mean, I can
follow me.
I'll just follow you. Right. I mean,
yes.
And so again, there's a point in which the story moves to, okay, well, that's just,
like
it's why it's a parable and not a telling of a real story. And then also, dude, you were like 6 hours late.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like you could
I was just like 20 minutes behind you because I had to get some oil for the lamp. And now you're going to be like, I don't even know who you are. It's like, dude.
I've been waiting.
I'm like, we were all together.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
You could give like a personality test to people on this of like, how bothered would you be by the people who didn't pack their extra oil? like, I would be the person that would be anxious for the people who didn't bring their oil the whole time, because I would be prepared, because that would stress me out, and I wouldn't care enough to tell everybody else that they needed to pack extra oil, but I would be anxious falling asleep, but like, they don't have enough. They're going to realize in the morning.
Yeah, so basically what it is a realistic scenario that it just has some unrealistic components to it, but the unrealistic components to it are the ones that, like we've been talking about for a year now. The unrealistic components are the ones that we're supposed to kind of.
What is this representing?
What is this? So what is the difference between someone who is expecting him to come but isn't fully prepared for him to be delayed?
I mean, like, those all seem like people who I guess what you said earlier, that like just being excited for him to come doesn't mean everybody makes it.
It is everybody right now who
knows
has
his
the
name.
theological belief that Jesus is coming back. Is, to use our vernacular, is everybody who believes in the second coming of Jesus going to go to heaven?
Right. That's a little confusing.
No. I mean, the answer is no. I mean, James says it in a different way. It's like, just because you believe in the one true God doesn't mean anything. Demons believe in the one true God.
Yeah.
Demons believe Jesus is coming back. I mean, they're aware. And so, and James is calling everybody a demon or anything, right. But it's like a belief.
It's not a high bar.
A belief that something is true
is not a hard thing to accomplish.
The bar.
Yeah.
And even to some degree, they wanted it to happen. They had an affinity towards it. I want the bridegroom to come, but they were not personally prepared. And why didn't they share their oil? Or you can follow me. You can follow me with the lamp. So whatever this is that distinguishes one group from the other is the kind of thing that cannot be transferred, and it is not the kind of thing that can be shared. You and I both, I have
You're
it, so therefore we both have
yourself.
it. I have it, I can give you some. So whatever it is a deeply personal thing. The way that will be determined if you are ready to enter into the final banquet is determined by a personal thing that you do that only applies to you and cannot be given or shared with someone else.
And I think also, before you're saying the girl coming to the gate and being like, you were 6 hours late and I just forgot to bring an extra thing. Like, how are you going to shut me out when you're 6 hours late? But he could flip it around and be like, you had 6 hours
right.
to find, like, you knew for 6 hours you didn't have enough oil to make it there. So, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess it sucks, but also you had 6 hours.
Yeah, and so, like, whatever, I knew this was going to happen, but I wasn't personally ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't personally ready. I knew it was coming, but I wasn't personally ready. So what is the equivalent of that? I know that Jesus is coming, but I am not ready.
I mean, I guess that would be I don't remember the exact parable, but we're talking about one where you can just believe, or there's like an exact, like, almost about face of like being an active soldier. Sounds weird, but we talked about it in one parable to where it's like you can just be a soldier or you can be an activated soldier. And I feel like it could be easily a massive temptation to just be like, yep, I believe, check, but you're not letting it infiltrate every area to where like it's impacting every area of your life.
I think assent to facts and belief are two different things. I know Jesus is coming and Jesus is my Lord is two different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes people can be like, can insert a works-based theology into this parable, but I don't think it really fits. It is a very personal, inward sort of thing that seems to be being described here. It's not, he doesn't come and evaluate them based on
intellectually, did you know this?
Oh yeah, or how much they did.
Well, it's also
how big your present is. Yeah. How nice your dress is. Were you really ready for him to come back? okay, what do I need? What do I need to make sure that I'm in right standing with the bridegroom when he comes back?
Mm-hmm.
Is a personal faith and trust in him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the personal aspect of
Right.
it is what
That activates you.
drawn is really kind of what he's drawing out here.
I had a friend, and I know this is going to sound like an extreme, but he was trying to like differentiate the difference of just knowing something and believing in something, to where he's like, if someone put a bomb on the bottom of your chair and you just like knew it, but you didn't believe it, you may not do very much. But if you knew and believed there was a bomb on your chair,
right,
there would be activity
right,
going on. And that is like, no, you have a belief, which whatever the action is, but there is reaction to there being a belief that you have.
yeah. I mean, to use more modern language, I mean, there's a phrase that we use, a nominal Christian,
Mm-hmm.
which has the idea of a Christian in name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily someone who deeply believes these things, but if you well, what religion are you?
Christian.
I'm a
Yeah.
Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, are you a Christian? Yeah, I mean, I'm not Muslim.
Right.
You think Jesus is the Son of God? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but then
Trinity?
you ask
Sure.
about,
Jesus is coming back. Makes sense,
mm-hmm.
but it's not.
Yeah. Well,
It's not real to the point to where it's like he could come back here at any time.
Mm-hmm.
I better make sure I've got enough oil for whenever it is that he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say he would be here right at 6.
Right.
He might be here around 6.
Live like you believe it could be any time.
Right. I better make sure I've always got enough. I go, okay, well, I'm running low on oil. If he came right now, I wouldn't be ready.
Yeah.
I better go get some more oil.
Mm-hmm.
I better because I need to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you just think we're talking about Pixar movies
this episode
during the episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Think Mr. Incredible going to his wedding.
Yeah.
I've still got time.
Yeah. I love that movie so much.
It's great. It is the best one as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, that I've still got time, and I think people like I still currently want to be in charge of my life,
mm-hmm.
and Christian adjacent is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think God will look favorably upon Christian adjacent. I am favorable towards Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm favorable towards God. And I think too many of us are settling for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is what this parable is trying to draw out. Not again, we just want to be careful here, not am I good enough to be accepted, but
do I fully believe it?
Do I really,
I feel like
really believe it?
It kind of reminds me of the difference between the person who, not bringing this into like a topic of full-on discussion, but like the person that believes in climate crisis or like different things like that, and they just like talk about it, and then you meet the person that like they only use recycled paper. You may eat dinner with them and you're like, this tastes kind of weird, and you're like, well, they they believe in it. Towards like that person looks different because they don't, it's not just a talking point to them. They believe it and their life has changed because of it.
Yeah, I fly in a private plane and I live on a beachfront house.
Yeah, you can talk about it all you want.
Yeah, and I believe, okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, that's the difference in like, yeah, I just say it.
Right.
I believe in it.
It is the appropriate thing to believe.
Yeah. And then there's the person that's like, well, their life doesn't look very glamorous, but it is clear. Right. They believe in that big time.
Right. They are living in such a way, like they are not driving a big diesel guzzling truck.
They're probably riding their bike.
Yeah. Or at a minimum, one of those.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I get why they do that, but like it's a little startling. It scares me a little bit. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just
an
electric
it's one
car.
of those.
It's an electric car.
Mm-hmm. Little Fiat that they're But yeah, I think that is like, it's interesting because I feel like most people don't, like, there's a lot of different categories like climate or other things where you could say, well, they're not walking the walk. They're just talking the talk, but we don't talk a ton about walking the walk. It feels more sensitive to say. Well, I guess you brought up that a lot of people could think that it's works-based mentality or legalism, but it's like there just is a way that your life looks when you're living off of a belief.
Right. And this transitions next is a parable that we've already done. This parable spills directly into Matthew's telling of the parable of the talents.
Oh, the bags of gold. I like that title better.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
It does.
It is unfortunate for us that the name of their weight by which they measured quantities of gold is an English word that we have a completely different meaning for. Yeah. Yeah. So again, it's like he's spilling out there, okay, you need to have this personal belief that I am committed to this. And here, furthermore, is how it's going to play out. I'm giving you this, and so you put your faith and your trust in me, and you're going to do something with your life.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be the kind of person who genuinely believes, and so there's a way that you are going to live your life, which we talked about. I mean, even if it's like, and even if it's just put the money in the bank, so you can get interest from it, you've at least understood that you have a stewardship to which I'm going to ask you.
Then you're going to live in a certain way.
You're going to live a certain way if you are going to be someone who has genuinely prepared the lamp of your heart, Abigail. Is there enough? Is there oil? Is there sufficient oil in the lamp of your heart, Abigail?
Let's hope.
Let's pray, dear.
Do you feel like this is one that is tougher for people to swallow?
I think people don't understand it.
Okay.
I think you are the perfect example. What?
Virgins?
What? Why does he need 10?
Okay, well, last episode...
I didn't think they were polygamous at this point. Like,
okay,
it feels
so
polygamous.
That's not crazy that I thought that.
It feels polygamous, and so because I don't understand the setup, I can't understand the parable, and I just get with, but all I'm kind of left with is the very simplistic, but still, I guess, close enough. Be ready.
Yeah. But do you think the concept behind it, whether it's talking through the parable or if you're doing a totally different sermon or anything on it, of like, we're not promoting legalism, but there is a level of you need to live on what you believe?
Yeah, I mean, it is the balance between Ephesians 2 and the book of James, right? It is by grace you've been saved through faith, not of yourselves, not as a result of works. No one can boast, right? And then James talking about faith without works is not anything at all. I mean, there is a genuineness to your faith that is going to manifest itself in some sort of way, is different than I'm going to be judged exclusively based on how my life manifests. And again, this is the thing that we've talked about from the very beginning. I don't know if we've talked about it much recently, like Jesus being that kind of theological bridge between an Old Testament understanding, their misunderstanding of what God was communicating them in the Old Testament, to this new thing that Paul is going to be able to fully explain post crucifixion, resurrection, and Pentecost. And Jesus kind of helping us understand
or start to transition.
I mean, he doesn't say here, and let me tell you what oil is. Oil is you believe that my death on the cross is going to be the forgiveness of your sins, and that my resurrection will prove that I have conquered death. I'm sorry, you're what? And you're who? And you're like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. But like, when after that, now we can go back and see, okay. I can fill in the blanks now of what entrance into the kingdom looks like in a post-resurrection world that I couldn't fully understand here, but at a minimum I understand nominal believism isn't enough, and even doing stuff isn't enough. There's something deeper and more personal that he's wanting from me. Oh.
Yeah.
And he sent his son, and they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And he went away and came back.
Mm-hmm.
He was on like on a journey, like okay,
Yeah.
starting to put the pieces together. But he is building that bridge. He is getting us, when now we are 2 days out from, the Last Supper, and 3 days out from the crucifixion, and he's getting us all the way there to where, the shock of Jesus being murdered is going to be like, what? And the resurrection be like, what? And he's going to spend a month with them trying to explain, and they're going to be like, I don't know. And then the Holy Spirit comes, and all of a sudden it starts to click. Yeah. And now they start to write all this down. And again, now Matthew's putting it in a particular order to where someone who reads it, now it's been a couple of decades since Jesus came back to life, you read it and you see and understand it differently than a random person being in there. It's like, okay, so the Son is going to do what?
Yeah.
And and who's the Son? Are you the Son of Man? And what does that mean? What does that mean? Why didn't he let those women into the party? They didn't have enough. What? Like to them, but it's like they're holding on to it. And again, I think the Holy Spirit comes, like after those 3 significant events: crucifixion, resurrection, Pentecost. I would just imagine, again, it's like your ear popping when the plane lands. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, oh, but he's building the bridge to help us get there.
Okay.
We got dose more.
Though the virgins were not what I thought they were, all that jazz, I still really like this parable.
It's wild.
The main part of what I understood from the sermon I listened to long ago is still there.
And the interesting thing about it too, and this is for the Jesus is a bro people, he looked people in the eye and said, I don't know you. Like, and it's like they waited until Jesus actually came back to, yeah. I get my heart out. Nope, too late.
That's why
again. So the idea is that there will be some people who have an affinity towards Jesus who will not make it in, and there is a point when it is too late.
Yeah.
And so the Christian universalist idea that God's was still pursuing people after death.
Yeah.
Kind of like we talked about in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Like we got another one here. There is a point where it will be too late.
Yeah.
And there will be people that have a positive feeling towards Jesus that will ultimately be rejected.
See, that's why I was wondering if you feel like this is a harder to receive topic. Because like the ones we did last week and the week before was like, you yourself still have an option, which this is calling people this in the same way. Like, be ready. This is a warning that you can.
He is setting an end time, but he's also saying, from your perspective, it is going to be delayed. It's not tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the very next day.
Yeah.
Don't wait for it next month. Live your life, and it's going to be so long that you would run out of a normal amount of oil, and you're going to fall asleep. But nonetheless, be ready. And so, again, it's got that. But even in that, there's a lot of implied grace there that he's going to come back, and it's going to be the end. But he's going to be way more patient and wait a lot longer than you think he would. And even people who fall asleep
still can
still get there, as long as you have done this very personal thing to make your heart ready.
Yeah.
So we got dose more after this.
Let's do it.
I say, well,
that's it.
Let's do 2 more.
Okay.
And then a third one where we just kind of put a bow on it.
I like that.
So you get ready for that, because that's when you shine.
Okay.
We haven't done these in so long. I miss those episodes. I miss the episodes.
That's
I miss
fair.
where you just start peppering me with questions.
Yeah. People sometimes ask me what prep I do for these episodes, and I tell them I get dressed, and then I show up.
You set up all the equipment.
I do. I do
set up
that.
all the equipment.
But my brain is not coming in with anything. Those episodes I come in with a little more.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you as always.
Of course.
For setting up the equipment.
Always.
And having the brain that is maybe not prepped, but is
ready to receive.
It's ready. You're ready.
Yes.
I've got enough oil. Thank you for joining us, and ask you to just be with us these next few weeks as we wrap up this year-long series on the parables. And again, thank you for being with us. Thank you for listening to the Cultivate podcast. Our hope is that you are taking steps to go deeper in your faith, that you are asking big questions and you're looking for answers. We hope that we can be a resource for you through our podcast and any other way that we can help you. You can find all our episodes anywhere that you can find podcasts, including YouTube. And again, thank you so much for joining us.